second time in less than a week, federal law enforcement officers swarmed an area in St. Paul, once again clashing with protesters.
Okay, so ICE just conducted a targeted operation in St. Paul, Minnesota. And as soon as this operation started, like literally within minutes, protesters just swarmed the scene and it got pretty chaotic.
And happened pretty fast. The call went out not that long ago that this raid was happening.
So, of course, we're gonna dig into all of this. I figured you'd want to take a look at this as well. Now, before we start the video, make sure to please like the video. It's the #1 way you guys are helping this channel, and it also helps others see the videos as well. And I think people want to see what the heck is going on with this ICE operation and all of these protesters just swarming the scene.
Holy.
Okay, so that was footage from last week's raid. Before we talk about today's raid, you need to understand we get all of the context from last week's raid, because what we know is that the mayor-elect had this to say about protesters and group organizers.
This is exactly the kind of situation where a rapid response communication system could have helped. There is much we need to do in our city in creating this network and this infrastructure. And I'm so thankful for Edwin and all of the partners in the Immigration Defense Network.
Okay, so you heard it straight from the mayor-elect. This is from last week. She says verbatim, this is the type of situation where a rapid response network could have helped. And it turns out, according to the Sahan Journal, there is a rapid response team already in the St. Paul area. And this team has been training for months. According to the Sahan Journal, they have been preparing for some sort of federal action, to include deportation operations. So it's starting to make sense as to how all of these protesters just knew to show up to this one specific location where ICE is conducting an operation.
So this community response is huge. And happened pretty fast. The call went out not that long ago that this raid was happening.
So there you go, you have verbal confirmation that there was some sort of call, and obviously there had to be some sort of call if we know that just last week we had heard about this rapid response team. But I'm just trying to show you guys all of the different aspects of evidence to prove that there had to be some sort of notification for all of these protesters to show up.
But it's pretty clear that they're gonna try and move people at some point because setting up the lines didn't work. And so they're gonna do this. And they're most likely gonna push down and try and clear people that way. They're gonna push them towards ICE probably, DHS. You see them spreading out? So usually this tactic, what they're gonna do is they're gonna move forward and they're gonna push this crowd and they're gonna push them right into DHS, and that's gonna cause a conflict. People are gonna get hurt by them doing this.
Okay, so there's two aspects to this story that actually really stands out, and these protesters are extra mad about this, because these are not federal agents you see on the screen, that's the local police, and people are super mad about that.
Asking for a warrant with my address on it?
Absolutely not. This is her house.
I need a warrant with my own address on it. Do you want to see my mortgage? I own this house. I am upset because this is not...
You need a warrant. You need a warrant.
You need a warrant.
You need a warrant. This is an illegal action without a warrant.
Asking for a warrant with my address on it?
Absolutely not.
Why can you not present that to me?
If you don't stop referring with our address, I will place you under arrest for obstruction.
Why can you not?
Obstruction of what?
Now look, the local police, they were not there to assist ICE with this deportation operation. They were there to assist with the crowd control. But you may have noticed they already had their gas masks on, because I'm sure they saw the footage from last week where federal agents were not messing around, and they will use tear gas or pepper spray if they need to. And it turns out that's exactly what happened. And real quick, before we continue, make sure to please subscribe to my channel so I can keep you up to date with stories just like this. And if you see the QR code, that's for people watching TV. Just take out your cell phone, scan the QR code. It's a lot easier for you to subscribe that way. Thank you so much.
Our people united will never be defeated.
La guardia se va a ir ya. The police will leave. Everybody will leave. That was the deal.
Put it down!
Yeah, we know there's a
Yeah, Homeland Security was not messing around with this operation. In fact, it turns out even elected officials were pepper sprayed.
I can tell you, though, there were two state representatives out here, Representative Athena Hollins and Lise Kozlowski, who both got pepper sprayed. They say that was St. Paul police doing crowd control and that somebody stepped over a line just slightly, and instead of asking them to back up, they just tear gassed a number of people.
Now, I have the same question you all probably have. Are they on this rapid response call sheet? Did they get a notification to show up to this? How did they know to just show up to this? I have the same question as you guys. I have no idea. But I also want to point out this person seems to be confused how you could just cross over the line slightly and all of a sudden you get pepper spray. One thing we know as we cover all of these different types of operations, if you give a little inch to some of these protesters, they will take a mile, and once that mile is taken, the entire situation, it gets out of control. So you have to squash it right there and then. Although it might seem rather aggressive, that police officer probably saved a lot of other people from trouble, like being pepper sprayed or arrested. Now, you're not gonna believe what you're about to see, so get ready for this. And here we go again. As federal agents are trying to leave the area peacefully, they are being followed and one of their windows gets smashed. Now, of course, federal agents are going to try and push back, but one thing I do want to point out is this is becoming very normal. The statistic is up to 1,200% attacks on federal property and federal agents just like this. And of course, he gets away with it. He just runs away. Now, in a few seconds, these protesters are going to find out the hard way you probably shouldn't throw objects at federal vehicles. But one thing I always try to point out in these videos, where are the local police to stop all of this from happening? Because now all of these protesters are going to face the consequences. But I also want to point out, why are there no other protesters who are yelling, "Stop, stop, everybody stop"? I don't hear anything. Maybe I'm missing it, but you'll see here now what happens. Now, doing some quick research, I found this video where you can hear in the background somebody says, "I have some rocks for their you-know-what."
Hey!
I don't know if you heard that. Let me play it back real quick. I got some rocks for they you-know-what. So again, These are people in this crowd who don't seem to have a problem with throwing rocks at these federal agents or engaging with these federal agents. My question is, will this be denounced by the city council? Will the mayor-elect denounce this and maybe take a look at this group organization of sending protesters to these types of events? Again, we don't even have all the facts about that. We are merely assuming, based off of all of the evidence we saw from last week, that something seems a little fishy, that all of these protesters just knew to show up to this one event.
Oh, hey! Stop shooting at me!
And right there, that's when the window gets shattered. Watch right here.
Stop shooting at me! Hey, shoot! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Oh! Yeah, I'm good. Thanks, man. That motherfucker shot no put. Oh! Yeah.
And people are still throwing objects at the federal vehicles. We see it left and right. Again, leave your comments down below how you feel about this. Are you taking these protesters serious at all? Or are you seeing this and you're like, okay, we understand you don't like ICE, but how do you explain what's happening here?
Oh. Woo. Woo. Oh. Oh.
Now, as I'm making this video and editing the video, there are calls for the Department of Justice to get involved with some sort of investigation, specifically looking into two Democrat Minnesota state representatives, Athena Hollins and Lish Kozlowski. By the way, these are protesters pushing back on the local police. It looks like they've now shifted from being upset with ICE agents to the local police. I'm telling you, as somebody who researches these events all the time, this is textbook what the Trump administration cannot stand. When the local police are not able to stand their own ground, when protesters are pushing them back and they're messing with federal agents, this right here is stuff the Trump administration will probably look into and not be happy about. Especially if it is found out that we do have elected officials, state elected officials, who are involved with this, allegedly.
Shame! Fuck off! Police department! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame! 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 Shame!
Okay, leave your comments down below how you feel about this.
Yeah, we know there's a pretty massive federal action and also equally so a very massive community response to HSI being in our neighborhoods and ICE being in our neighborhoods. Yeah, this is not what we deserve, and now folks are taking it upon themselves to make sure that we're keeping our neighbors safe.
Are we still a sanctuary city?
Of course.
Then why were police?
Why was SPDP?
What I said just before. Our police officer's job. This is what I told you from the beginning. Our police officer's job is never.
This is classic Sanctuary City. Are we a sanctuary city? Yes, we are. Why is the police here? Well, this is what happens. Again, this is why the Trump administration cannot stand these sanctuary city policies. You are creating an environment of we are a sanctuary, but when the police gets used, people get mad about the use of the police to try and calm the crowd down. And that's why I made sure to show you guys the local police, they were trying to calm the crowd down initially so that there could be peaceful protesting, but again, if you give a little bit of an inch, people get upset about it. We see this over in LA, we see it especially in Portland, where protesters are very mad at the Portland police. We see it all the time with sanctuary cities. We see this divide between the community and the trust with security officials. It becomes extremely problematic.
Going to be to enforce federal immigration policy, and our police did not enforce federal immigration policy today. If there are people in our community who have laws or who report that they have laws, whether they're federal agents or not, whether they're documented or not, no matter what their immigration status is, our police.
Okay, here we go again. Another sanctuary city, which seems to be the next target of the potential for more ICE operations, or at the very least, more clashes, unfortunate clashes of group organizers or protesters or whoever decides to show up and clash with federal agents. And this is exactly what happened with Portland, where we have evidence back in June, the Portland police were trying to control the riots and the mobs who were attacking the federal building, the ICE federal building, and then all of a sudden the Portland police just stopped showing up, and then more and more people were arrested, and the Trump administration had enough, and they started to send in more federal assets. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the same thing happen to St. Paul or Minneapolis or this entire area. The Trump administration, they are not fans of this type of activities, and if we can see it clear as day in these videos where people are mad at the police and they're clashing with the police and they're clashing with federal agents, that's a problem, and the Trump administration tends to step in. So we'll see what happens here. Make sure to please subscribe to my channel so I can keep you up to date with this story and others just like it. St. Paul has already been on my radar. I've already been gathering a bunch of evidence and data to cover this story, and it turns out, yeah, this is becoming a problem, and activists have been ready all along this whole time. So thank you so much for being here. Please pray for peace. We need that right now. God bless, and we'll see you all later.